folks. We're back at the Trimble MT Trail that I was going to do last weekend, but didn't because I lost it. I'm sorry, I didn't lose it. I just couldn't find it. It's supposed to be a 4-mile loop, so we'll see how long it takes us. Yeah, as you can see, the trail is marked. It has its name on it, at least, so I was able to tell my wife where I was going, just in case I don't come home for whatever reason. We're going to get suited up and get going here in just a couple minutes. Okay, everybody, got backpack on. Do a little bit of time check here. Actually, this is perfect. It is 8:30 on the dot, September 24th. So we're going to get cranking on this trail, 4-mile loop. So we'll see how long it takes us. One of the things that I wanted to put in this week's video is that I'm happy to announce that I have lost a couple pounds, which is just awesome. It's not very many, maybe 5 pounds or so. It was a little bit more of weight loss a couple days ago, but it seems I put it back on. There we go, first blazes. Looks like again we're double yellow blazes. And but yeah, lost a couple pounds, trying to keep it up. Didn't really feel like doing this today, much like I didn't feel like doing it last week. But yeah, we need to. Try to keep us going, although the weather has been getting a lot cooler. And, you know, fall is coming up. In fact, here there you got some leaves starting to change colors. So I'm not really sure how much longer I'm gonna be able to keep hiking. You have hunting season and cold weather. So here we go. The trail does come in just a short ways, like y'all just seen, and then it does split. So this is the loop. Looks like it's really overgrown though. So hopefully it's just here that's overgrown. But we're going to go to the left. Apparently we're going to come up on a pond here on the left first. And then just circle back around, but 4-mile loop, we're doing it. What a dingbat. Forgot my trekking poles. Still in the back of the truck. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and go get them. So, this is gonna be a 4.5 mile walk today. Jeez. Alright, here we are, back to the sign. Got my trekking poles. Just wanted to let y'all know that I didn't just turn around and give up. So, yeah, head back down here about as far as the first time I cut off the video. But this time we got my trekking poles. So, I'll see y'all at the top. Well, I'm not very far into my hike, but I can tell I'm already liking it because the trail has been maintained. You can see where a big tree here, oak tree I believe, fell across the trail, and they actually come out here and cleared the path. Which is more than what I can say for some of the ones up in home quarry. So far I have the trail marked with its name. I have the sign whenever I went in and split off, telling me which directions to go. I mean, which is obvious, don't get me wrong, but it's still nice to have that reassurance of where you're at and which way to go. The trail's maintained so far, so that's a lot of the complaints that I had up at home quarry that hadn't been done yet. Which realistically, you know, it's just kind of the common sense of it. You know, mark the trail, keep it clear, put a sign every once in a while. I mean, geez, is that too much to ask for? I don't know. Anyway, I'll put this camera away for now. Hey folks, I started to head back the way that I came. Not down the path that I came, but, you know, starting to make the loop back the way that I came up here on top of the mountain. It is 9:54, as you can see. So an hour and a half, roughly, till you get to where you start looping back around. I had to stop and take a couple breaks. I'm hoping to kind of take it easy here along the top of this ridge and take it easy down the other side, back to where you come in at. It really is a beautiful trail. I mean, there's just hardly no rocks, no roots, sorry. It's a beautiful day out here. You know, a lot of the leaves are starting to change and stuff. And you know, it's kind of thick woods. Part of it's kind of open. So you know, it's just a good mix. It's a nice hike. Beautiful day for it. But wanted to give you the time and let you know that I am starting to loop back around, it looks like here. So I've been hiking uphill kind of aggressively for two reasons. One, I wanted to see how long it will take for a 4-mile hike. And two, I want to, you know, try to get some more of these calories burned off. You know, I'm not losing weight as quick as I'd like to be. Like I said this morning, I am losing some. I just would like to lose a little bit quicker. So I started to step it up and be a little bit more aggressive in the actual hike itself. And, you know, I think I'm going to have to be a little bit more aggressive on the nutrition as well. Even though I have lost some weight, you know, I'd say about 5 pounds. You know, I've cheated a lot in there too. But, you know, again, a salad for lunch and a bowl of Fiber One cereal at night really does do the trick for me. And, you know, as far as everybody else might just have to find what does the trick for them. I don't know if that will do the trick for you or not. It does for me. Everybody's just got to find what works for them. And keep trying until you find it, and give it some time. You know, we've been a good solid 4 weeks at doing this before we saw any progress. So I think it takes a lot of work in the beginning, but I think once you get going, it'll get easier. So that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Like I said, I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive on the nutrition. Have no desire to have a soda anymore. I'm so glad for that. Not missing those whatsoever at all. But yeah, that's going to be a big part of it. Anyway, let's go on up this trail. Well, folks, I'm on the downhill side of it here, I believe, and unfortunately there's just not much of a view on this trail, which is pretty much what I figured. You know, this here's probably about as good as I've seen so far, but it is what it is. Let you walk on this trail here for a couple minutes with me. But yeah, it's been a really nice trail. I'm going downhill now, which I think I will be until I get to the bottom, you know, the end of the trail. But it really has been a great trail to hike. I highly recommend it. I'm not done yet, so we'll see how long it takes whenever I get to the end. But it's just been a wonderful trail as far as you know, the different phases of woods, I guess you'd call it. You know, I went through a lot of laurel, and then some open meadow-ish type of woods, some thicket on the side of a mountain now. You know, here's some rocks we can get out on. I guess this here's probably your view, or it's supposed to be intended for your view. It's just not much of one. And don't get me wrong, it's still a nice view. Beautiful day. I mean, blue skies. Oh my God, just a beautiful day. It's supposed to get hot today in the 80s. It's not quite that hot yet, plus we're up here in the mountains, so it's a little bit cooler. But yeah, it's just been an absolutely wonderful hike. It really has. And a lot of different, I don't know what you call it, I guess sceneries of forest. You know, to move from a thicket to a meadow is pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. I think there was supposed to be a pond on this trail. I haven't found that yet. Don't know if I'm going to. Steep as this ridge here is, I don't think there'd be a pond on it. But you never know what you might run up on. Oh, here we go. Lord, missed this view. I was looking down. So yeah, most of the views are, I mean, if you get on the trail and you go left, most of the views are whenever you're coming back around, you know, and start going down the mountain. Man, look at that. It's just a beautiful valley right there. Now, if all the leaves was a different color, that'd be awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap up this segment here. I don't want this video to get too long. See you at the bottom. And here we are, folks. Getting ready to come back up on that sign again. I feel like. Yeah, here it is. I did find that pond. More like a mud puddle now. But, you know, it has been a little bit dry here lately. So, here's our sign this morning where we turned left. And now we're coming around from the right side of it. And going back to the truck. So I'll see y'all at the truck. I'll get you a time check then. Here we are. I'm back at the truck. Let's see if I can get in the shade here a little bit. Time check, 11:26. We'll call it 11:30. Started at 8:30. 3 hours. Yeah. Hang on a second. We'll do a segment going down the road. Alright, so I want, as I said earlier in the video, I was being a little aggressive going up the trail. Because I kind of wanted to see what, how long 4 hours would take me. And the reason that I wanted to do that. I'm sorry, did I say 4 hours? I mean, I wanted to see how long 4 miles would take me. And the reason I done that is because on the Appalachian Trail, which is really my end goal is to hike the Appalachian Trail. And the Appalachian Trail isn't made to hike a through hike. That actually was not its intent or purpose at all. Its purpose was to come in from the sides and hike a little section, 1 or 2 days, and then leave. At least that's what the guy who came up with the idea in the 1930s, that's what his plan was, or his idea of it. He never dreamed that anybody would through hike the entire trail, in one shot. But that's pretty much what the trail is used for today. I shouldn't say pretty much. I should say there's a lot of through hikers every year that attempt it. And one day I hope to be one of them. So the reason that I wanted to see how long 4 miles would take is because the shelters are about 8 or 9 or 10 miles apart. So, if I take what I've done today and multiply it by 2, it should give me a rough idea on how far apart the shelters are. So I've done it, and they say in the beginning, the shelters are about 8 miles apart, and 8 miles is a big day for somebody who's just starting the Appalachian Trail. And I believe that. I believe that 8 miles would be a big day for anybody, who isn't active in hiking and just starting out on the trail. That probably is a big day for them. So I wanted to see how big a big day was, and it looks like to me that I probably shouldn't have much of a problem making it from one shelter to the next. Of course, the time frame that I'm looking at hiking the trail, isn't anytime soon. So, as we get older, you maybe end up doing less and less. But, I doubt that I'll get to attempt to hike the trail for another 10 years. Just because, I have a life. I have, a job, a wife, kids, people who depend on me, so I can't just up and leave for, 7 months to give it a try. Plus, they say hiking the trail is actually kind of expensive. They say that you spend $1,000 per month. It takes you 7 months. That's $7,000. I mean, nobody in today's economy has that kind of cash sitting around. But anyway, so I'm just rambling at this point. That's what I want to see, though. So it takes me 3 hours to hike 4 miles. At that pace, in theory, it should take you 6 hours to hike 8 miles. Well, let's say that you can't keep up that pace, but, it takes you a couple hours longer. You sitting down, taking lunch, taking breaks, whatever. 8 hours, 8 miles, 1 mile per hour. Seems pretty reasonable to me. As the days get longer, even if those shelters are, 10 or 12 miles apart, in the longer days you should be okay as long as you don't wear out. But they say that, by the time you hit Virginia, you're doing 20 miles a day. not 8 miles a day, until you get to the whites, where you get cut in half again because you start having to use a whole lot more of your upper body for the trail. But anyway, you get the point. That will wrap up this week's episode of Hiking Virginia. Again, we done Trimble MT Trail at Todd Lake. 4-mile trail, absolutely great trail. Would highly recommend it. Not a lot of views, but it's a nice. The forest itself is a nice scenery, especially this time of year. You know, it's September 2017. You know, yeah, I mean, just absolutely gorgeous out here. Absolutely gorgeous. It was a nice uphills, downhills, meadows, thickets, laurel bushes. You know, just a nice mix of everything. So again, highly recommend it.